on my way, babe. Say the word and I'll be on my way. Yeah, I know you.
Who did the viewers request? By
Pink wig, big ass, get whiplash.
Get by. Nicki Minaj?
Yes, Nicki Minaj.
Alright, Nicki Minaj. Alright, we're finna do Nicki Minaj.
Okay, is she really married? Like, that's one of the things. Because supposedly she got married. I know she said she was getting married. Court papers were filed and shit like that. So did she go ahead and marry that man that be in them videos with her just standing around?
Did Nicki Minaj marry a child molester? I mean, a sex offender? Is Nicki Minaj married to a sex offender? I don't feel like they are. I don't I don't feel like they're married yet. I don't feel like they're married just yet. Even if there were documents filed, I don't think that she's I don't think right now they are married. I feel like there's a prenuptial agreement that needs to be
Worked out.
Yeah, I feel like they're still back and forth negotiating about that.
No, that's right.
He really wants to be married. He definitely proposed to her.
Of course he does.
They're engaged.
That's a check.
And if he can get a baby, he can have a cash register like Evelyn Lozada. I mean, I don't see it as I'm not saying them as really married. Maybe a spiritual marriage, but I feel like they're waiting on they're waiting on a document or something. It's something that's holding them up from making it happen, something that hasn't been signed. But if there was an application filed, they need to go ahead and complete the rest of the paperwork.
Okay. All right. Is she?
I also feel like part of this, like, she's leaving it nebulous to drum up attention too. Like,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna piggyback to the question I was about to ask, but since we are talking about drumming up attention.
Greetings, I am Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke. I would like to invite you personally to book an ancestral life path reading with me. If you're interested in learning how to work with your ancestors, how to make appropriate offerings, or how to set up your ancestor altar, I can help you. Please visit www.blackspectrumnetwork.com.
bonjour, I'm Pastor Dr. Quintari Shakir, otherwise known as Negrezo. If you can't get enough of our content for as little as $2 a month, you can get these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date. That's www.patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network.
Is she really retiring from music, or was that just something that she threw out there to kind of get everybody like, oh, Nicki, make my music?
Is Nicki Minaj going to retire from the music industry?
You all right? You look like this reading is making your stomach hurt.
It is. Like, well, I mean, it's not really making my stomach hurt. I'm just disappointed. Mm-hmm. See, I'm disappointed in Nicki Minaj.
I can understand that. Like, 10 years ago, you couldn't tell me that this would be the current state of Nicki Minaj.
Well, I'm disappointed in her because she's, like, going on 40, and I'm disappointed because she's going on 40, and I would like her to have a partner that's equally yoked to her. Economically, socially, he's a fucking felon.
And like
a registered sex offender.
Like this nigga last stint in jail was like either 2018, early 2018, or like late 2017.
He's a criminal and he's a deviant. Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but he ain't got no money, Nicki. He ain't got no money.
And the stigma that's attached to him, that's now attached to you, is awful. And I'm disappointed in her because I'm just like, I couldn't leave my child around a sex offender.
Right, that's
so. How are you going to allow him to co-parent with you?
That's why they said she was retiring, because she couldn't leave the kids with him.
Well, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. It's like I couldn't do that.
Yeah,
I couldn't. No. And I would feel like every time we're having sex while we're pregnant, he thinks he's having sex with the baby. Like I would be fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
It's something about that that's completely disappointing to me, that she's not sensitized to this problem in the same way that I am. Mm. And I was expecting better of her, especially trying to be a role model to
black women.
Yeah, to black women. You know, I don't think that black women are going to make decisions like Nicki Minaj to, you know, marry and date a sex offender, but I don't think that most black women are going to make the decision to marry and date a sex offender. But I definitely was hoping that Nicki Minaj was going to show that it's possible to find a partner whom you love and your fan base will love, and they won't cause people to go like this when they see them.
I can understand that. I can respect that. Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
She had so much more creativity to explore. Like, she had so much more creative talent to use to attract a different type of mate.
Yeah. I get that you used to be your little boo back in the day, but, you know, you're not the same person from back in the day. You have a lot more to lose. You have a bigger impact. Your decisions have a bigger impact.
What's the Nicki Minaj question that I was supposed to be answering?
Is she really retiring from music?
Is Nicki Minaj really retiring from music? No, she's still going to be featured. She may not make another album for a while, but she's not retiring from music. I see that she's going to be featured very heavily on young men's records. I see a lot of features, and I see her getting adjusted to that sort of, having that sort of notoriety.
Okay.
And I'm also saying here that she's not willing to bow out, because I feel that there's like, she's been in competition with women, yes, but I also feel that there's going to be a beef that starts with a man that has her worried, like something that ends up happening or that's said about her, and she gets very aggravated by that, and she's going to try to keep a foot in the industry. And I also get that she's going to try to clarify what her retirement sounds like after this man launches this criticism at her.
Speaking of criticism, I'm wondering if what you're talking about ties into my next question. Did Nicki escalate the beef between Drake and Meek Mill? Because I know Rick Ross came out and said some shit like he told Meek to beware of niggas, some shit like that, and then like it started coming out like Nicki was in Meek's ear like, you know, you gonna let that nigga say that shit to you? You ain't gonna say nothing? So, I'm curious. Did she escalate that beef?
I cannot. She's the originator of it.
Damn.
She's the originator of that beef. I get the card for victory, which is pretty much Jupiter and Leo. So this is excessive dramatics, excessive theatrics that she wanted to see happen. She wanted to see the fireworks, but she also needed to feel at the time that Meek Mill was gonna fight for her should she ever be disrespected. And I get this. There was something. I feel like Meek Mill was going to not so much as let the disrespect slide, but she was pumping him up and hyping him up because she felt that Drake was out of pocket, had been out of pocket with her in a way. And then I get the Sun card. So this is talking about this is talking again about Nicki Minaj feeling as though she needs to communicate or broadcast her animosity towards Drake to the public, but she did it through Meek Mill. And then the Sun card is also indicating that she needed the sunlight to shine on her. She needed people to look in her direction, even if they're not looking at her, because the Sun card has two people on it. I get the card for the Magician. The card for the Magician is talking about her manufacturing this, her creating it, and trying to create a timeless moment through, again, the Magician being ruled by Mercury, through communication, through math. Hello, everyone, and thank you all for tuning into Black Spectrum Network.
If you're interested in learning how to work with your ancestors, book the Ancestral Life Path reading.
Visit www.blackspectrumnetwork.com to book your reading with one of us.
That's communication at that. And then the card for interference, which is very obvious, which is talking about Nicki Minaj interfering between the two of them. And they could have, like, Meek Mill may have been able to just overlook the beef, but Nicki Minaj did get him to retaliate.
She was in his ear and shit. Gotcha. Okay. So what is her relationship with both of them like currently?
Okay. She doesn't have a relationship with either one of them. I think Drake, she doesn't really have a relationship with either one of them. Like, I feel like with Meek Mill, she doesn't have one because of the breakup. I get the card for worry and I get the card for the lovers. So, because of the breakup, they don't really speak to each other. With Drake, the card for sorrow, the Knight of Cups. Drake is much more emotional and a lot more unforgiving, and I get that he has this, like, he will deal with Nicki Minaj in a friendly way, but he's only going to give her surface level conversations, surface level compliments. They're not going to be tight again. They can do business with each other, but Drake feels like he's like, I've dealt with snakes before, and I know how to deal with this one. But then Drake, anyway, Catch-22.
Okay.
I mean, Pop Collar and Kelly Black, not a Catch-22.
All right, I have one last question. Is she or will she be pregnant?
I feel like she is, and she's waiting to announce it. I feel like she is, and she's waiting to announce it. I feel like it'll be probably another 3 months, like the beginning of, like, late into the year, the beginning of 2020, when she's like saying, when she's speaking out about it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm so disappointed. Look, Nicki Minaj is going to hell.
It ain't even up for debate.
That's it. That's been it for the show.
You know I'm jealous, oh, cause you're too far away from me. I don't like distance, no. So let me bring my love into you, baby. It's been too long since you've been gone. And every time I reach out for you, it kills me that you're not here next to me. I'll be on my way, baby. Say the word and I'll be on my way.